everyone, welcome back to Martin's Home and Garden Houseplant of the Week. This week we are talking about the Norfolk Island pine, also called the Araucaria heterophylla. These are not actual pine trees. They are a relative of the monkey puzzle tree, which is grown in the same region and looks very similar. These are actually native to the Norfolk Island, which is located between New Caledonia and New Zealand. The climate there is a subtropical region, so these are not going to be cold hardy like the pine trees we have here in Tennessee. So don't plant these outdoor if your winters get colder than around 60 degrees Fahrenheit. In the wild, these trees will grow to be over 200 feet tall, but in your home, they're not going to get that tall. They're only going to get about 3 to 8 feet tall, like this guy here. They are often grown as a living Christmas tree around the holidays, but they tend to get thrown away after the season is over. But they can easily become a permanent foliage plant indoors with the right care, which we are going to show you how to do today. The first thing we're going to talk about is lighting requirements for these guys. Norfolk Island pines are going to want full sun, so at least 6 hours of direct sunlight for these guys is going to allow them to be the most happy. They can tolerate dimmer lighting conditions. A good option would be to bring them indoors in the winter when the lighting is not going to be as bright in your home. And then in spring and summer, put them outside in a warm, sunny spot. Next thing we're going to talk about is watering. These guys can be pretty drought tolerant, but it's best to water them whenever the top 2 inches of soil is dry. Don't worry about using either filtered or tap water because they are pretty tolerant of like the minerals and salts in the water. So you can use whichever water you prefer. These plants also love humidity. They prefer a warm, humid environment, kind of like their subtropical region they're native to. If you want to increase your humidity, you can use a humidifier or you can spray these plants around 2 to 3 times a week, or even use a pebble tray underneath these plants just to make them extra happy. If you're not able to do that, this plant can actually be pretty tolerant of the drier conditions of your home, but they're going to thrive the best when they have more humidity. The next thing we're going to talk about is fertilizing. These plants actually have a pretty weak root system, so fertilizing them with like a general 20-20-20 fertilizer like the one we have here, and diluted to half the strength of what it says on the bottle, is going to help strengthen their root system quite a bit so they can be big and tall like this guy one day. The weak root system also causes them to need special potting requirements, so don't repot these guys until they are absolutely root bound, until the roots are coming out the drainage holes in the bottom of the pot. The best potting mix to use is an indoor soil mixed with a peat moss. They love the acidity that the peat moss gives to help strengthen their roots even more. The last thing we're going to talk about is propagating. These guys, unfortunately, you cannot propagate. They are only reproduced by seed. So unfortunately, while you can propagate a lot of other house plants like your pothos, your snake plants, and whatever, these guys are only by seed. So if you're looking for a great addition to your houseplant collection or a little Christmas tree for the holidays, we have a bunch of different sizes here. That's all we have for today. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will check you out next week.